Don't miss Real Life Discipleship Class 301. Real Life, Real Service will help you discover how God has uniquely created and designed you with special gifts and talents to be used for service and ministry. Come discover those giftings through this free 4-week class starting Sunday, April 6th at 9 a.m. Stop by the Welcome Center to get registered today.
Save the date for this year's Easter production, Amazing Grace. This April 11th, 12th, and 13th, we'll be presenting the story of Jesus' life, death, resurrection, and commission. This is a free event, and all performances start at 7 p.m. Plan now to bring your family, friends, coworkers, or anybody to come experience Amazing Grace, His unfailing love.
Check out Pastor Jack's blog exclusively on the River app. Get a quick, practical bit of teaching every week with just a couple taps on your mobile device. So if you haven't already, download the River app to all your Apple, Android, or Windows Phone devices today.
Hey guys, my name's Jose. Most of you know me as the guy that proposed to his wife on stage, and others know me as the guy that works at the Welcome Center. But anyways, I want to share a real story with you. Now, this story actually has about 3 segments to it. It's a little long, but I'm going to try to shorten it up as quick as I can. A few months ago, we were struggling really bad looking for a place to live. I had currently lost my job. We were paying about $1,700 a month rent where we were at the time, and I didn't know what to do. I didn't know where to go. I didn't know where to start looking for another job. So off we went on this adventure, looking for an apartment because I couldn't afford a house anymore. We looked at about 7 or 8 different apartment complexes here in the Kent area because I didn't want to move my kids out of school. And we ended up finding an apartment out in Maple Valley for about $1,200. It was far. The apartment was kind of run down, older carpet, older appliances. Not what I thought God had in store for us, but we were going to take it. We were going to humble ourselves to it, and we were just going to go with it. We ended up going and buying money orders and got the deposit together, and ended up on our way out there to Maple Valley. Well, as we're driving down Petrovitsky, my soul, my spirit told me, stop here. We ended up pulling off to the left to an apartment complex here off Petrovitsky, went inside, talked to the leasing agent there. He said they had what we were looking for, and he showed us a unit. Newer carpet, newer paint, newer appliances, big spacious apartment. So I said, well, how much? He said $1,167, $33 cheaper than $1,200. I said, well, let's leave the money orders here. We ended up leaving them there. He said, can you come back tomorrow to sign the leasing agreement? We said, sure, no problem. We go back the next day, and I walk in, dirty from work, got drywall, mud, paint, dust, you name it. And he says, oh my gosh, what do you do for a living? And I said, well, I work construction. I do drywall, sheetrock, texture, paint, inside, outside, pressure wash, whatever you need done, I can do it. I'm a fast learner. He said, we got a position that just opened up. And I said, are you kidding me? And he says, yeah. I said, where? He said, here in the apartments. Would you like to apply? I said, absolutely. So I went through a series of attempts to get on the internet through Wi-Fi and different Starbucks, Sherry's, and my house. And for some reason or another, the enemy was just kept trying to block my path over and over and over again. I stayed faithful, I stayed relentless, and I ended up getting my application through. The next day, they called me and we negotiated some pay. He said, can you pass the drug test? I said, flying colors. He said, all right, let's do that. So we did that. Day after that, he called me and said, when can you start? And I said, I could start yesterday. So God is good. I went in looking for an apartment, walked out with an apartment and a job. When I sat down with the managers, when the things really started getting good, she explained to me that there was a 20% discount off my rent, so $1,167 went to about $930 roughly. Big discount from $1,700. More benefits, full health insurance, medical insurance, paid holidays, paid vacation, paid sick leave, benefit after benefit after benefit. They just kept going and going and going and wouldn't stop. I said, man, can this get any better? Yes, it can. 2 weeks ago, my manager came across me, said, we're looking for a new leasing agent. Do you know anybody that might be willing to work? And I said, my wife. She said, okay, let me talk to corporate. They did some paperwork and shuffling back and forth, decided that they want to hire her within about a week or 2, discounting our rent from 20% to 100%. So I will not have to pay rent here very soon. Another thing too is that we have a west side and the east side. West side went up for sale. So they're transferring me over to the east side. This is the good part about it. 2 months before all this turmoil happened, I was looking for a house, an address that my boss had given me. and me and my wife ended up in an apartment complex here in Renton. The address said Newcastle, but we ended up in Renton. By the grace of God, Google Maps led us there. I was frustrated because I was thinking to myself, this is not where we're supposed to be. But the red dot kept flashing on the maps and the voice kept telling me your destination is here. I was really frustrated because I was just looking for this house and we're in some apartment complex in Renton. We ended up going home. 2 months later, that apartment complex where Google Maps took us, that's where I work now and that's where I live. I've been transferred over to the east side, which is the same exact side of the apartment complex we went to that day, and I've been promoted to assistant supervisor, and my wife starts work there in a couple of weeks. I don't know what to say. God is good, period. No doubt about it. He will come through when you have the faith and you believe in yourself and you stay obedient to Him. It's endless. It really is.